cucumbers here, and of course we'll start with the ones that didn't do too good. And you're telling me these were doing real good up until just a few days ago.
Yes, sir. I forgot to water them one night, and I come out here and they looked like they were scorched. And does your garden, does it
get too dependent on supplemental water?
Yeah.
I think that's a possibility, especially when you don't have anything mulched. Of course, we talked about the hard pan, and when the moisture can't go down and then come back up when it needs it, well, that's a definite possibility. Of course, you've got kind of a sandy type soil, even though, you know, it's not sandy, so moisture is going to not stay in it all that well. But pull this plant up, and there's just a very little bit of roots on the end of it. So that tells me that the soil isn't very soft so that it can go on down. And, you know, maybe this is a function of the pH. I hate to keep harping on that, but, you know, that's the biggest thing that homeowners need to know when they're putting a garden out is, have I got a pH that's good for a lot of garden plants? Fescue and Bermuda and all that will grow in a real low pH where these garden plants won't. So I'm going to be real surprised if we don't find that you need to put some lime here. But also, this year got a lot of questions about cucumbers because they had some diseases called downy mildew and powdery mildew. And so downy mildew is a definite problem this year. Probably is going to be a problem lots of years. But once again, the same daconil that you spray the tomatoes with can be sprayed onto the cucumbers and stuff. Another problem that we had this year is talking about the failure to pollinate. And of course, cucumbers, they put on the male flowers first, and they're there for quite a while before the female flowers come on. And got a lot of questions early about that, and I guess that time that the flowers were here was longer now than it has been for some years or something, because just got a lot of calls. But they'll put the male flowers out, the pollen will be there, and then later on the female flowers will come out. You can tell that it's a female flower because it's got that ovary there that's going to, you tell, make a cucumber in the future. But cucumbers are one of those that really need a lot of sunlight. So, you know, under most conditions, they're going to need a lot of sunlight. Probably a lot of things are working to your benefit here. The fact that the soil is shallow and not, you know, got that hard pan, but you've got the shade so that it doesn't burn plumb up, right. and you know, the fact that you're giving it daily water and Miracle Grow and all that, it's kind of working, even though that's just almost backwards to what a lot of producers are doing, why it seems to work well enough right here. Well, we'll go to a commercial break and be right back.